Hello guys, I know everyone is locked at home and wondering as to by when the lockdown will get over. And everyone is looking forward for that, including me, let me tell you very honestly. But then let me tell you, the lockdown is not going to be for lifelong and it is going to be over very soon because government cannot control further. Because if people are not going to die in corona, people will certainly die out of there is no money. There is no money with anyone, right? And out of hunger, people will die because people are not able to afford unless the economy is open again, transaction happens again. Nothing is going to work out. So now today I am not going to stress only about corona and the effects, what is happening around, we all are aware of. So today the discussion is about what is going to happen after corona and how we are going to live and cope up with that situation, right? See, we let us understand that corona is not going to leave us soon. Because of the lockdown as a process, what we see is that the spread is somewhat slowed down because everyone is there at home. So social distancing is there. People are not meeting. There is hardly those kind of interactions which used to generally happen. Markets are open. Everyone is meeting and greeting and things happening. That is not happening at all. That's the reason why the spread is slowed down. Not only in India, across the globe, if you look at across the globe, the situation is all the same. Trust you me, it's not the situation only with India, right? And with India all the more, please understand, I'll put up some statistics. India is a country wherein our density, population density, is one of the highest, 384 as per 2011 census. And why the proportion of people getting affected to corona in India is comparatively low? Because 65% of the total population, say for instance, if you look at 140 crore as a total population, is within the age limit of 35 to 38 or maybe lower. So that is the reason why the immunity is really high, and the spread is thus comparatively low, but nothing to harp on it, nothing to be really proud about it, right? Because once the lockdown is open, things will get worsen, and you will certainly find corona people all around. So the only way that we will be able to live and let others live is spreading this video today, which will certainly speak about a lot of basic things which we need to do post the lockdown is over. And we need to inculcate this thing as early as possible. Prevention is better than cure, we all know, right? So see what is happening. COVID-19, as we know correctly, it was detected in Wuhan in the month of December 2019, and from then there is a lot of genetical modifications are taking place, not only in India but also in various other nations that we have seen, right? And there is no solution for it. There is no solution as of now. Research and development work is going on in developing countries and developed countries, and a lot of people are claiming, but then as of now there is no solution. Not really any kind of immune system which is being prepared, which can be injected in you, and corona cannot attack you. So see, why? Let's talk about India scenario first. So in India, there is not much of cases because the weather, the climatic condition is, we live in tropical country, and the climatic condition in here is more than 35 degree. More than 35 degree. We are in tropical country, and more than 35 degree or in and around 35 degree. So the reach of corona is much lesser compared to the places in Eastern Europe or Northern Europe per se, and also Northern America, right? So you will see the spread is much higher there. In Italy, in Spain, you talk about, or you talk about United States of America and rest of places. Yeah, it's very hot, humid, So for corona to sustain is very difficult, first thing. So while we were born, if you remember, we are being given BCG vaccine, which is Bacillus calmette guerin, right? If you are aware of, Bacillus calmette guerin is given to all of us, yeah, because of some other reasons, but then it has an effect, and our immunity is much stronger, much higher than those people up there in European countries. I must say that. There is something which is being told by doctors themselves, right? And see, there had been issues like this, like corona, like SARS had come, and a lot of others have come. But as per WHO, a corona effect is much stronger, much harder than the other, viruses which has come up. And it was not to that extent. It was not spread in 211 countries, which is the current scenario. We know that 233 countries in totality we have. So it's a very sad scenario. Right. And to be very honest, we need to be prepared for what is going to happen after lockdown. And I'll tell you, basic intake of a few things we need to, do practice in our regular life. That is, I'll tell you few things which are either ways we are doing, but then essentially we have to add on these things like vitamin C intake. Vitamin D intake. I'll tell you, vitamin C is basically ascorbic acid, which is generally found in all sorts of lemons. All sorts of lemons that you talk about, it is found. And when I talk about vitamin D, you can easily get it from sunlight. You need to be exposed to sunlight, and that doesn't mean that you go out to the field and assemble and talk about things. No, 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 absolutely no. You can go up to the stairs or maybe in your balcony and get a little bit of sunlight. It is absolutely required. So I'll tell you, this vitamin actually is calciferol, which is a hormone, and it has a big effect on lungs. As we all know, that coronavirus actually affects lungs, and thereafter it affects all the other organs, because what happens is lungs is the pumping system where from you know uh, the red blood cell carries oxygen in your blood and it gets circulated across your body, right? So if this coronavirus attacks your lungs, it gets in whole of your body, and any body part which is not at proper is going to attack first, and you will have multi-organ failure or maybe the particular organ failure, and the patient collapses. So I'll tell you what this vitamin D basically does, and there are other things I will certainly ask you to incorporate in your regular diet. So see, take this video really really seriously, because after the COVID, the lockdown period is over, we will have a long lasting effect of what is currently going on. People will be out, people will be assembling, people will be talking to each other. Lockdown period will be over. We are happy, let's party. No, 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 that's not the thing. We have to inculcate what we are doing now. And this right practice should go on. Using of a mask, sanitizing yourself. See what happened in Japan after SARS had happened. They have a practice that they wear mask, which either is good. And there are so many other practices which New Zealand has taken. That's the reason why New Zealand is in much, much better shape than a lot of other countries. Coming back to vitamin D. Yeah. See, lungs has this microphage, which is the microreceptors in lungs, as we all know. Maybe if doesn't know, but then biology people would certainly know. So I'll give you a little idea on how it happens. So we have this PMPT-LR kind of receptors, and vitamin D, which is there, it becomes very effective when this coronavirus or any kind of virus, say for instance, attacks. And what happens is the beta cells gets very much activated. And what it actually does is vitamin D helps in rapturing the coronavirus And what happens is the coronavirus eventually dies. Well, a lot of technicalities are involved. I'll still give you a little brief. What happens is with vitamin D, and when corona attacks, something called catalyzidine happens, and there's a process called chemotaxis. So what happens is, well, we have learned about phagocytosis, which is like eating on the antigens, right? Eating on the antigens. So what happens is that activates lymphocyte, which is like you know, the cells which actually protects our body, like leukocytes. So there are T and B lymphocytes which gets activated, and phagocytosis happens, and the coronavirus or any kind of virus for that matter gets killed. So we need to get exposed to vitamin D. Calciferol needs to come in our body. Not only that, I would also like to speak on a few other practices that we should be aware of. That vaccine is not going to happen in near future. Let us be very honest about it. And even if vaccine comes, to give it to 140 crores affordances people is not that easy. So vaccine means actually a RNA of corona virus, okay, COVID-19. It's actually a RNA. So it's not going to be that easy, honestly. So what we need to incorporate is, we need to add a lot of onion and garlic and honey and turmeric and all this kind of thing in our food. Reduce on salt intake, reduce on sugar intake. The people who are diabetic, they are more prone to get this get this corona attack in them. Okay, so and also the people who are aged more than 60, they are more prone to this attack. The reason is the immunity of theirs is much lesser than that of the young people. Okay, so let us all be clear on this. So I would again recommend that change your diet. If you are taking junk food right now and cooking a lot of stuff now that you are at home and being at lockdown, just don't do that. Yeah, just to showcase people and post it in Facebook and things, just don't do that. Throw out all this junk food and things. Have homemade good food, which will certainly have ginger, garlic, turmeric. Yeah, so this is something which is also recommended by Ministry of Ayush. I am not talking anything out of my head, just like that. Okay, and milk intake should be there, and if and water is again very essential, because you know that a lot of waterborne diseases also happens. So if possible, take lukewarm water, and as much as possible, try to refrain yourself from AC, please. I know it's going to be hot summer, but then refrain yourself as much as possible, because as you know that corona gets more activated while the temperature is quite low. So if you have beyond 35 or something like that, try to control yourself. I would request to pass on this message to each and every individual, and continue what you are doing currently, as in social distancing, wearing a mask, and sanitizing yourself, and eating good quality food. Take lemon of all sorts, so that ascorbic acid is intake is there, vitamin D intake is there. Well, I have explained about vitamin D, but then ascorbic acid has equal importance in it. Yeah, equal importance in it. Again, whatever I have told is fine, but then take inputs from your doctors, medical practitioners, for better knowledge on it. Yeah, thank you so very much, and thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed, and put a like. That inspires me to make informative videos like this. Thank you so much.